Hello, this is Diane, and I will just go over my individual screencast of my contribution to my group business plan. So I've just done a summary presentation of what I covered during the business plan. And as you can see here, I covered the executive summary, market analysis, uh, under that, the target market, total market valuation and target company revenue, as well as product and service development, R&D, and sales pipeline. So for the executive summary, basically, I went over what our business idea was, which is AI mold detection application that is aimed at improving environmental indoor health conditions. And our mission and vision is to increase the awareness of indoor air quality, as well as creating a solution that can help to deal with respiratory health conditions, as well as stricter housing and environmental regulations. Our goal with the business plan is to do some research on what is a possible and feasible part for our business moving forward. Our target market, we have two main target markets. One of them is people who have respiratory issues or asthma, as well as landlords and tenants and persons who are involved in property. And these are based on statistics that around 500,000 people do have or live with respiratory diseases, as well as one in three homes in Ireland experiencing mild to serious cases of mold. For our market valuation, we considered three main criterias: the total addressable market, which will be worldwide who would need our product and service, as well as our service addressable market, that is the market we can target worldwide as well, which would include asthma sufferers and landlords on a global scale, and our service obtainable market, which is a realistic market that we can capture over the next few years if we're looking at just Ireland and other parts of Europe. So again, our main question here was how big is it of an opportunity if our product does succeed? So for our market valuation, I just focused on the service obtainable market, which obviously is Ireland. And what I was looking at is the population of mid to high income households. So these are people that can realistically afford the service it is that we're bringing forth to the table. And I further down that to around 15%, because if I would assume this will be in a category of people who will be landlords, homeowners, or people that have respiratory conditions. And so I just did a calculation here to get the valuation. So if 15% of that 1.91 million, which is around 286,000 households, if we were to sell hardware and premiums to them, we will arrive at 17 million euros if we were only selling premiums, and 68 million euros if we were selling hardware and premiums. So for the targeted share, we're basically trying to calculate how many customers can we actually get attention from. So again, I would look at the initial 286,000 potential customers. And in order to calculate the share, we need the number of those customers in the target market divided by the total size of the target market, as well as multiplied by 100. So based on our financial assumption, which was done by my other colleague, we said that it will be feasible to have 3,000 premium subscribers and around 500 hardware sales. So calculating that in our share, we can see that we can realistically capture 1% of the market. And that is a reasonable assumption because we are working in we are working in a field where there are other competitors who have dominated the markets over several years. And these competitors will be people, say, who run like AI platforms that people can use to get information to address a similar issue, as well as hardware for homes, which would include air purifiers as well as air quality monitors. And so these companies have aggressively marketed themselves over the last years, and they have a significant dominance of it. But we still have, with our target customers, we still have a potential in the market to realistically capture 1% of it. So I will now go into the product and service development. And as you can see here, we have spent time to train our AI model, as well as developing a hardware to integrate into that. For the model is for mold detection, and our hardware is for the air quality monitoring. We've also set up infrastructure in the cloud related to our database, developing our fast API, and as well as deploying our services. We have we have a product that is deployed where our hardware and um, our device can share information uh, on a speedy level. And then also we've developed our application, and we have integrated our AI model to be able to detect that. So we've spent time to develop these parts of our project. So for our research and development as well, we have, again, our machine learning and detection, improving our AI model, as well as the data analytics and insights, and developing our user experience and UI design. So we've really taken time to focus on this, and we can also look into the future of getting more information and streamlining it to be more better for our end consumer at the end of the day. And also possible expansions could be in our taking our app to the iOS platform to increase a larger amount of users, and possibly in based on testing what we already have, see how long our device can withstand wear and tear, and ensure that we have that information in hand. So for our sales pipeline, we're basically making some assumptions on what amount, what size of deal can we sell to specific customers, and we are exploring the probability of us getting a sale from those customers. So we have four main customers here. So health conscious individuals with respiratory issues, private landlords, private homeowners, as well as property management companies. So that will be, say, maybe things like B&Bs, hotels, and other things like that. So we have these number of devices as a size of deal, and a date that is expected, and a probability of getting a sale. So with this probability of getting a sale here, we have 70% for individuals with respiratory conditions who need this the most, and 50% for landlords who also will find this product as very beneficial to them, as well as private homeowners, again, purchasing power, and they might find this product relevant. With property management companies, they will be the lowest in probability of getting a sale, because for them to approve using a product on their facility, they have to do a lot of back and forth, which might also include a lot of paperwork and verifications in order to in order to bring our service into their companies. So again, these values are on assumptions of how, say, a small startup will begin. So I just brought an example here with, for example, a health conscious individual, uh, group of health conscious individuals. We sell 50 devices, and realistically, we get this value from the sale. So a weighted pipeline value of sale there will be, we multiply what it is we get, multiplied by the probability of getting a sale, and then we would say that will be 6,265 euros realistically, based on this probability of getting a sale. Thank you.